What up, family? Today I'm talking about my everyday essentials. And because these are my everyday essentials, I feel like these are things that everybody should have. These are things that I have with me every day. And no matter where I'm going, I always keep these things with me. Alright? So here are my 5 essentials. First one is a blade. You know what I'm saying? This one says law enforcement. I'm not law enforcement, but this is my first everyday essential. I always have a knife. I have a smaller knife somewhere in here, but you never know what you're gonna need this for. You might have to cut something loose. You might have to cut a piece of paper. You never know. It's always good to have a knife, and it's well oiled. You know, it works great. You know what I'm saying? That's essential number 1. Get yourself a pocket knife. All right? It doesn't have to be anything fancy unless you want it to be. Essential number 1. This is another thing that I always keep with me. Dental floss. Because you got to take care of your smile. Listen, and you never know when you got to be prepared. You never know. Listen, when you meet somebody, the first thing they do is look at your smile. Ting. So take care of your smile. You got to brush every day. But in between brushing, you got to floss. You heard me? And that's what we doing, man. So this is essential number 2. I always keep dental floss with me on deck. Essential item number 3 is smell good. Listen, this right here is Givenchy. I have a bigger bottle of this in the house. Yo, they're gonna love me. Oh my gosh. What is you wearing? They just melt. Oh, you gotta smell good. You gotta keep your teeth clean, keep your teeth right, and you gotta smell good. You understand? Essential number 3, smell good. Don't you come up in the spot. First of all, definitely don't come up into the spot stinking. You definitely don't want to do that. That is the opposite of where you want to be. And you don't necessarily want to smell neutral. You know what I'm saying? You want to stand out. You want to leave a lasting impression. And not only, I have a lot of cologne, but I keep the Givenchy, the small bottle on deck, and I also have a small bottle of Burberry, the Weekend on deck, because, you just never know, man. You just got to follow the vibe. You know what I'm saying? So that was 1, 2, 3. My 4th essential. Hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer. Listen, you gotta keep the creepy crawlies off you. You heard? You can't have the creepy crawlies on you. People will shake your hand and give you the heebie-jeebies. And you don't want that, man. That's how pandemics start. You don't want no pandemics, no epidemics, none of the demics. You know what I'm saying? So keep you some hand sanitizer on deck. Keep the germs off you. Stay smelling good. Take care of your smile. And my last EDC essential. The last thing that I carry every single day. The blicky. You gotta keep the blicky, bro. Like, you gotta keep the germs off you. You gotta keep the heebie-jeebies off you. And you gotta keep the goddamn, what does my guy Trey 57 call them? The savages. You gotta keep the savages off you. First of all, you gotta keep it loaded with hollows. And this is empty, so I can make this video for you guys. But you gotta keep the blicky. You gotta keep the savages away. You heard? And that's just kind of how we rolling with it. You know what I mean? So just to do a quick recap. My everyday essentials are: you gotta have a pocket knife. You never know when you're gonna need to cut something. You gotta have the dental floss because you gotta keep your smile, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep your smile looking good because you never know. You take care of your smile will take care of you. You understand? You gotta keep the hand sand because you want to keep the heebie-jeebies away. You heard? And you gotta keep some smell goods. You know what I mean? You gotta have the smell goods because You never know. You be steady. You got to be prepared for the right moment. And lastly, you got to keep the blicky, because self-preservation is everything. You heard me? Self-preservation. Let me know what your EDCs are. Let me know what I left out. And let me know what you think. I'm in the comments with you as always. These are my essentials. These are my everyday carries. Do me a favor, take care of yourself for me, and I'm going to take care of myself for you. All right? I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.